Alright, so in this problem, I have x to the power of x is equal to x to the power of 2. So I want to find the value of x here. So for my solution, I'm going to first start by rewriting my equation. So x to the power of x is equal to x to the power of 2. And now I'm going to divide both sides by x to the power of 2. So if I divide both sides by x to the power of 2, I get x to the power of x over x to the power of 2 is equal to x to the power of 2 over x to the power of 2. And x over x to the power of 2 over x to the power of 2, these two cancel out, and I get 1. So I get x to the power of x over x to the power of 2 is equal to 1. Now, if I have something in the form a to the power of m over a to the power of n, this is the same thing as a to the power of m minus n. So x to the power of x over x to the power of 2, that's the same thing as x to the power of x minus 2, which is equal to 1. Now, I'm going to take the natural log or ln on both sides. So I get ln x to the power of x minus 2 is equal to ln 1. So if I have something in the form ln a to the power of b, I can move this exponent and b to the front. So it's going to equal b times ln a. So in this case, I have ln x to the power of x minus 2, and I can move this to the front. So I get x minus 2 times ln x is equal to ln 1. Now I can distribute the ln x. So I get x times ln x minus 2 times ln x is equal to ln 1. And ln 1, that's equal to 0. ln 1 equals 0. So now I get x times ln x minus 2 times ln x is equal to 0. Now I'm going to go back and factor out ln x. So I get ln x times x minus 2 is equal to 0. And now I get two equations. I get ln x is equal to 0, and I also get x minus 2 is equal to 0. So for ln x equals 0, we already know that ln of 1 is 0, right? So x equals 1. That's one solution of x. And for x minus 2 equals 0, that's simple. All we have to do is add 2 on both sides. And I get x is equal to 2. So x equals 1 and x equals 2 is my solutions. Now, going back to the original equation, we have x to the power of x equals x to the power of 2. So to check, I'm going to first start by plugging in x equals 1. So if I plug in x equals 1, I get 1 to the power of 1 is equal to 1 to the power of 2. 1 to the power of 1 is 1, and 1 to the power of 2 is also 1. So this is right. Now if I plug in x for 2, I get 2 to the power of 2 is equal to 2 to the power of 2. And 2 to the power of 2 is 4, 2 to the power of 2 is 4, so this is right as well, meaning my two solutions are right. Alright, so in this problem, I have 2 to the power of 3 to the power of 4 to the power of x is equal to 512. So to solve this, I'm going to first start by rewriting 512. So 512, this is the same thing as 16 times 32. And now I can write this as 2 to the power of 3 to the power of 4 to the power of x is equal to 16 times 32. Now 16 is equal to 2 to the power of 4, and 32 is equal to 2 to the power of 5. So this is why we wrote 512 as 16 times 32, because now I have 2 to the power 4 times 2 to the power 5, and notice how we have another base of 2 over here, 2 to the power 3 to the power 4 to the power of x. So now I can rewrite this as 2 to the power of 3 to the power 4 to the power of x is equal to 2 to the power 4 times 2 to the power 5. Now all my terms are bases of 2. Now, if I have something in the form a to the power of m times a to the power of n, this is equal to a to the power of m plus n. So right here we have 2 to the power of 3 to the power of 4 to the power of x is equal to 2 to the power of 4 times 2 to the power of 5, which is the same thing as 2 to the power of 4 plus 5. And 4 plus 5, that's equal to 9. So 2 to the power of 3 to the power of 4 to the power of x is equal to 2 to the power of 9. And also, instead of doing all that, remember over here how we had at the start 2 to the power of 3 to the power of 4 to the power of x equals 512. 512 is equal to, well, we know that 2 to the power of 5 is 32, so 512 is 2 to the power of 5 times 2 to the power of 4, which is 2 to the power of 9. So we could have just said at the start that 512 is equal to 2 to the power of 9, but some people don't know that 2 to the power of 9 is equal to 512, so that's why we had to do all of that. So now going back here, we have 2 to the power of 3 to the power of 4 to the power of x is equal to 2 to the power of 9. And now, if I have something in the form a to the power of m is equal to a to the power of n, this means that m is equal to n. So in this case, we can say that m is equal to 3 to the power of 4 to the power of x, and n is equal to 9. So because these two bases are the same, this means that 3 to the power of 4 to the power of x is equal to 9. Now, 9 is the same thing as 3 squared. So now I have 3 to the power of 4 to the power of x is equal to 3 squared. And now again, I can use this property because both my bases are the same. So this means that 4 to the power of x is equal to 2. And now 4 is the same thing as 2 squared. So I get 2 squared to the power of x is equal to 2. And if I have something in the form a to the power of m to the power of n, this is equal to a to the power of m times n. So 2 to the power of 2 to the power of x is going to equal 2 to the power of 2 times x, which is 2 to the power of 2x. This is equal to 2. Now, I'm going to use this property again. 2 is the same thing as 2 to the power of 1, so then because these two bases are the same, I get 2x is equal to 1. And now, if I divide both sides by 2, these two cancel out, and I get x is equal to 1/2. So now, to check, my original equation was 2 to the power of 3 to the power of 4 to the power of x is equal to 512. So I have 2 to the power of 3 to the power of 4 to the power of x is equal to 512. And we said that x is equal to 1/2. So I have 2 to the power of 3 to the power of 4 to the power of 1/2 is equal to 512. Now I'm going to work my way down from the top. So I first start with 4 to the power of 1/2. Now 4 to the power of 1/2 is the same thing as the square root of 4. And the square root of 4 is equal to 2. Meaning I have 2 to the power of 3 to the power of 2 is equal to 512. Now from here, 3 to the power of 2 is equal to 9. So I have 2 to the power of 9 is equal to 512. And finally, 2 to the power of 9, that's equal to 512, as we already said at the start. So we get 512 is equal to 512.